Salutations, y'all! Welcome back to the Righteous Nerd. And as you guys can see, it is quite early that I'm recording this. If you can tell by how dark my room is, um, I am recording this early because I've got a project that I'm doing with some friends of mine. And the project is taking place quite early in the morning. So that is why this is going to be out earlier, quite earlier than normal, actually. Um, Now, as you also have seen from the title of the video, it is, nothing really is working currently. To actually show you guys a bit what I'm talking about here, um, the monocle is not working. I was attempting to construct the angelic sight monocle element this past week, and that's like the least of our problems currently. Agonel still works, which is beautiful. But to put it simply, um, over the great course of time, I have not been in Elijah's area. And when I went to check the game this morning, um, I recently discovered or rediscovered that essentially Elijah gets duplicated, to put it simply. At least that's what I think. I literally learned this as of like maybe 5 minutes ago before I got on to and pull this up to record. That as you guys can see here, these two are the same color. This week I tried to actually alter the color of this area specifically to help differentiate between the two, and I just realized if I click here and I adjust the color, as you can clearly hopefully see, that gizmo wire sphere is on the leftmost box, and the rightmost and the its adjacent box is altering in its coloration. So that's obviously not supposed to happen. So yeah, that's one of our issues. In fact, I would argue that is the main issue. Oh, that's not doing that. EML still works, thankfully. But yeah, that is the. I've got several theories as to why. Oh, I could also show you guys this nifty little quirk of a bug. As you can see, there's essentially two cameras. And that is because the camera for this guy is right here, despite this being, this blue cylinder being the, yeah, this is that, but its camera, for whatever reason, likes to go over here. And that's been part of the problem I've been trying to fix. Possible theories would be that it's some weird scripting error within the world manager script within this thing. And another possible theory is this debugger is essentially telling me that the toggle spirit sight, that there's actions that, which if it's the actions thing, that could possibly mean that it's this guy. And if I'm not mistaken, that would be an element somewhere here. But yeah, that's basically the thing, is we're dealing with various problems. My first theory is just to reconstruct the world manager script. That shouldn't be too terribly difficult. But Yeah, another theory would be remove him and then replace him, although I'm skeptical of that one. And then I had another theory, I can't recall it off the top of my head, but I've got theories as to why it's still not working after like 2 to 3 plus hours over the several days of trying to get it to work and conversing with Gemini on how and why it might not be working. So, yeah, I'm fixed to go to the crazy, quirky theories because when crazy is still happening, maybe crazy might be the answer. Um, so that's all that stuff. Uh, but as you also saw with the thumbnail, we have Aristathem. Now, I will say I did speak with my buddy John, who's the creator of Heroes of Providence Eternal, and to put it simply, I agree with him that I probably shouldn't be taking mythological gods from, well, obviously human history, less because it's wrong or anything, and more because, from a biblical perspective, it would essentially be better to show the main character Elijah wrestling with um, concepts and ideas rather than with, mythology, essentially. So Aristotham is going to be replacing, I can never remember his name, the Greek god of revelry, essentially, and wine drinking. So he's being replaced with Aristotham here, and obviously this is just early concept art. But yeah, and I don't think they'll be considered gods necessarily, or false gods, so much as just generally dark spirits. So he is to put it simply, he's going to be the physical manifestation of hedonism, essentially. The philosophical manifestation of hedonism, ultimately. So, among other things. But yeah, so that's basically the direction I'm going now. I'm getting rid of the idea of mythological gods and replacing it with just generally dark spirits, more creative. The nice thing about this is I have more creative freedom with level design, more creative freedom with the way the story will go, rather than trying to fit ancient historical mythos into a story. I'm just creating, in a sense, my own lore at this point, like from the ground up. Everything is going to be invented ultimately for the game. So that's going to be nice. Um, as obvious, the old tech demo is still available. I would like to get this thing fixed soon, but that kind of depends on how fast I find a proper fix. And as per always, links will be in the description below. But that is it for this week, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Like if you've enjoyed it. And I will see you guys next week.